see them surviving through like the skirmishing style damage Tundra has, because you can skirmish for the entire game, but like if you can't actually kill a farm Medusa, there is an issue. But then it's a helm of the Overlord Beastmaster, so it's potentially also Tundra's running over the game.
I have a setup here by Team Spirit, once again trying to go for some level 1 shenanigans. Both of these teams seem to be pretty aware
Just walking
of
on
each
through
other's tactics in that regard.
Also, a nice little thing about Crystal Maiden. Of course, it's a counter to Beastmaster in the lane, because you get to Frostbite the boar and kill it. But the additional time that Frostbite lasts on creeps doesn't work on ancient creeps. So it's 10 seconds on creeps, but only the hero amount on ancient. So I was thinking when they picked this EM, I was expecting it to be like the counter to this, you know, Helm of the Overlord, ancient creep running around, but it wasn't the case.
Fada, he tried to go and sneak the bounty rune here and is going to take a lot of damage in return. He did force Mira to actually deny it, so it was a 2-for-1 trade as a result, but it did cost him his healing salve. So Fana just making the sacrificial play here. I want to talk real quickly about Kunkka not having a great win rate. I know a lot of people were looking at the Tidebringer change, nerf on the cleave percentage, but a buff on the overall damage, and then combine that with Silver Edge. That's one of the hot items to the patch. Do you feel like the physical damage Kunkka, there is actually a place for it? We just haven't, you know, like, small sample size, the fact that it hasn't working out yet.
Yeah, I think of the 7 games we've seen so far at ESL 4, it's been in off lane, it's been in mid, and I think like the games have not really got to the state where we've got like the armlet, the BKB, and the ability for Kunkka to survive. And like in this type of game, the Kunkka is like an alternative frontline to the Medusa. Like if you get yourself like the Shivas, the BKB, the Ags, then just you exist and soak up the fight, you're not going to be able to get in and out because there's going to be so much kind of disruption. And yeah, I honestly think Kunkka is a lot better than like the current stats are saying. It's just the teams haven't been able to play I guess like the Kunkka's not being able to get into the game because side lanes have gone so poorly. It's like, oh well, Kunkka fix. Oh wait, you're not that type of hero to fix the game as quickly as some other mids can.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
You know, I honestly don't know why I asked. I know you at this point, Robson.
Thanks, mate.
You're a very optimistic person.
I am. I'm a big, I'm an optimist, and I think this is the game. You know, Spirit previous game they picked Mars when it was 0 and 5. This game they're like, you know what? That's maybe the issue. Let's go for a Norton 7 hero, and then that'll prove everyone wrong.
Yeah, you just really like to be battling against the stats as much as possible.
No, of course, yeah.
Right now, our mid matchup is going pretty even, 12-0, 11-0. It's just a battle of small movements back and forth. 9 trying to land the Ether Remnants. He has obviously had a very fearsome... Oh, he's actually going to go for it with the bottle pickup. He's going to turn around and get the first blood. Smooth moves by 9. He was getting a little low there, but he had it all under control, apparently.
Yeah, the Kunkka got incredibly baited because his Tidebringer was coming up. It was like 4 seconds. He's like, oh, if I play in the wave, haha, there's a voice spirit's not going to expect it. And then, yeah, 9 just fully commits in the moment before it's back up and gets to kill himself.
Bottom lane, we get to see the 5-position Pango in action once again. I think that's the really scary thing about Tundra, right? Is that they pick these heroes like Tidehunter, for example, right? It was the hero for them last patch. It's a hero again for them this patch as well. Played 4-position. Fauna is going to get run down and killed here. Nice 2-man stun from Skeeter, but obviously will not be able to get a rebuttal. It's the versatility in the draft when they pick a hero like this, Pango. For them, 9 is a specialist at it. Snaking is played at 4-position, and Fauna has played it most of the time for Tundra as a 5. So, you know, they've grabbed this hero early. You actually have no idea where it goes.
I also like the fact in regards to Tundra's drafting style, they're flexing heroes that depending on what role they're in, the build and the playstyle is completely different, right? It's like, it's not as if you're flexing the Windrunner where it's like physical damage from 4 or from, you know, a mid role. It's like this gyro that could be the barrage guy, the cooldown, no flak, or it's your physical damage core. Same thing with Pangolier. It's like if it's your 5, it's like your bully. If it's a 4, it might be able to get a little bit greedier. And of course, if it's a core, then you're buying like bashes and diffusers and stuff. So yeah, I like the fact that they're flexing heroes that also flex within the game as well. And that isn't really a thing that you see with kind of, I guess, the traditional flexes.
Yeah. Bitter damage 9. After that first blood, really extending his lead as A slight helping hand from Snaking allows him to be able to control both of the water runes. That
Love
get
this play
placed
from
out.
Snaking.
Yeah,
Like, the
that's
efficiency
nice.
of mid lane is off of the small camp, and we didn't really see it too much during the major, and it was kind of a surprise. Like, well, just block the small camp, stop them from farming. And Kunkka is the type of hero that needs this small camp as he, narrowly dodges, Snaking walking over. But yeah, nice moves so far from Tundra. Like, the outplay from 9, then the small camp being blocked. 9 might even try and steal the small camp as well, and this is going to put Toronto Tokyo really on the back foot. And yeah, this is a rough one so far.
The fighting over the easy camp here. 9 is going to go for the jump here with Snake King. Toronto Tokyo's like, surely Snake King's not still here. No, he is.
He's staying.
They try and punish Toronto Tokyo. Mira does respond with a TP of his own.
And that's all allowed to be occurred because 33 in the top lane, if you look up there, bam, he's already pulled the wave. He's got the boar, he aggroed it without even needing to bring his hero, and then he collected it from the boar and just brought it behind the tower. So as your POS 4 makes that play into mid, the offlaner starts to change up the lane equilibrium, which means he can't get maybe killed from a rotation. So it just forces all of Spirit to feel uncomfortable. Yeah, really good stuff from Tundra right now.
Is that going to be enough to keep him alive? It will. 9 not having any charges on the Astral Step, and he's going to use the efficiency of X marks the spot to go back to base, get a small heal, refill his bottle, and hopefully get a 6-minute rune. That's what Maposhka is currently setting up, trying to help him do.
Everyone's coming to mid. 2 wins. Of course, 9 gets it. That's the game, how it works.
Yep, and now 9 is going to use that power rune to kill Mira underneath the tier 1 tower. Mira throws out what damage he can, but it misses. 9 easily sidesteps that one. Sometimes you just lose the 50-50, lose the click-off war, and lose your life because it happened to be a power rune that you could do nothing about.
That's amazing. Like, he lost the 50-50, and then you lost the roll on, was he going to get a DD or a haste rune? If he gets a regen or an illusion, Winner probably lives, but unfortunate for Spirit, losing out on every single 50-50 possible.
Yeah, they really did. Drafting archetypes. All right, so I'm looking at like Tundra and the drafts that they did, Series 1, Series 2. When Game 1 and Game 2, they draft very similarly in a series. Pretty much it feels like they say, okay, we won Game 1, prove that you can somehow make the changes to beat us. We're going to do something exactly the same in Game 2, right? The first series was Gyrocopter plus a saving melee 5 position about an Omni Knight plus Lycan in the offlane. Game 2, it was this Snaking and Fada, 2 very melee and frontlining supports as the Tidehunter and Pangolier. And then they just had a magic damage mid to just kind of like play off of those frontliners. Do you feel like this Game 2 in this series do you feel like this drafting archetype is kind of similar to what Game 1 offered?
Well, yeah, in regards to like how they're approaching it, right? So they got this annoying offlaner that's going to be able to occupy this area of the map. Like Visage was able to play in the bot map area for so long. That's the exact same thing Beastmaster does. And then you got like the fight control with the Pangolier, and then now instead of Gyro, you now got the Lion, right? So yeah, for sure, Tundra, like they are drafting with the confidence of we want to have specific like boxes checked against certain opponents, and they are making sure they hit it. And I think this is the product of just taking that kind of leap of faith into a patch, into like your own team, because like certain teams wouldn't have the confidence to like keep opening up with the same thing, and like Tundra is, because they're able to like pivot at the correct moment to make sure that their heroes are still kind of going towards like that Tundra playstyle. So no, so far I think it's really refreshing, and teams might even look to not copy heroes, but at least emulate the style in which like flexibility and certain heroes are being picked.
The Helmet Dominator, they're going to go for this kill onto the Medusa. 9 is going to land the extra helping hand required to be able to get that kill. Toronto Tokyo TP'd in with an Invis rune. Let's see what he can do with this big splash entrance. It's certainly going to be a double kill, or 2 kills at least, for Tundra, but it's going to be returned. Oh, 9 actually went for that one. Astral steps to kill a courier. He's got another jump away in 3 seconds time, and being joined by 33, it seems like Toronto Tokyo won't be able to get that kill. Not quite.
And this is the weakest portion of the game for Medusa. It's the early raw into some extra layered damage. Medusa is going to hate this point in the game. And equally, Axe will hate this point in the game. And I think only Kunkka is going to be the hero that can actually stand up in front of this. I think Tokyo, if he was maybe a little bit quicker to predict in that rotation, could have been different. But yeah, Tundra, they're going to need to try and find these early kills because Axe is static, Winrun is static, Medusa, very susceptible to these early kills. And if you break down the map quick enough, it is then like a recovery game where suddenly Axe and Kunkka, they're very greedy farmers. And if Medusa's relegated to only farming a small portion of the map, Axe and Kunkka, they're not going to be able to find the farm as well.
Trying to burst down Snake King here. Gotta find Toronto's Tokyo. The damage is just a little too shallow.
Yeah, as I was saying,
that kill.
This is why the Kunkka's now parked himself top, right? He's trying to buffer from this early aggression. And it's if you buy an extra minute or two, that's just the time needed. That's pretty cool.
Nice shackle. Fada gonna be able to get the two-man shield crash. Is that gonna be enough to keep him alive? It just might be. Collapse. Didn't manage to really get any spins. Cancels his own TP, but he knows he is certainly dead underneath this tower. Fada gives him a wave goodbye.
I mean, that is when you know you're having fun in the team, because I think the only other player to use high fives to this level is the offlaner for Puck Champ. I think it's Melez. This guy, yeah. he will focus more on a crisp high five than landing a good Ravage. It's Fada is kind of the same now. He's hitting those levels of high five.
Yeah. I want to talk about the Medusa because you brought up the fact that this is kind of her weakest point, and they made this weak point even weaker with the recent nerf of the mana shield. Level 1, the damage per mana is reduced by 0.3, and that's pretty significant, right? Because most of the time you're going to be going 4-4-1 on Medusa, so this weak point is prolonged due to the natural skill build that you build up on a Medusa anyway. Yeah,
the main thing here is you want to have 4-point Mystic Snake, and I think potentially we might see from these carry Medusas is when do they pivot from leveling split shot? Right now we see 3 points. Is there a moment where maybe 3 points is enough with the 70%, and then they go for the mana?
Poshka getting pretty greedy there, trying to run forward and frostbite the ghost, I guess, trying to go for that Helmet Dominator kill. They will manage to turn around and get the Snake King kill at the same time. Medusa, though, dying to the God Strength Skeeter, showing up with the Echo Saber. An early move by a Sven, and it pays off big dividends.
Yeah, kind of a weird move, though, from Spirit, because as they're reacting to the top, Kunkka is critical in these early fights. He is going to be the king of prolonging the fight. It's not going to be you're killing heroes, but just surviving. And he's top. But then the Medusa leaves the safety of her own jungle, walking down. Weird farming right now.
Oh dear, collapse. Trying to secure the power rune. The rest of the team is coming, but they may not be here fast enough. They just need one more nuke to be able to come in, and 9 is going to try and secure. Toronto Tokyo, he tried to go in front of the Ether Remnant, but actually slides right past him. Collapse. He gets a call off last second. 9, he just needs one more nuke, and he's got it with the Resonant Pulse. With this haste rune, he's going to be able to get out of the range of the Tier 1 tower. No problem. No shackle shot landing there. A 1-for-1 exchange. But again, probably to the favor of Tundra, as they continue to farm up on Skeeter. The 1-for-1 itself was a support, a 5 position for a 3. It seems like everywhere we look, Tundra is eking out just a bit of an advantage in every single trade.
Yeah, the tower's fallen very equal right now. It's both safe lanes have fallen. But the way in which Tundra is playing up in the face of Spirit, they're having to react. And naturally in Dota, when you're reacting, you're going to bring more heroes to the map, and it's going to be really difficult. And also the efficiencies right now, Lion on snaking, he's been stacking these ancients, making just more gold appear, while Spirit, like I mentioned, they've been fighting. And this stack the indicator is a bit skewed because of course Kunkka's been stacking the small camp heavily. So yeah, for sure, Tundra being very efficient with their aggression and then also enabling the Sven. That's why he's 1k or 1.2k higher than the Medusa right now.
Fada just being annoying, occupying the triangle, soaking a little bit of experience, even taking a last hit. Nice initiation from Collapse. The Blink Dagger into the Shackle Shot. Where's the damage, though, to be able to follow it up? They need to become in fast. The Yule Scepter to dodge the boat, and 9 is away. In fact, he's not just away, he's in. Kills the 2 supports, and now Skeeter is going to show up. Done with a bit of farming. He's going to join with his damage. Not quite enough to kill Toronto Tokyo, though. The smart TP reading that all of the disables had been used. 33 diving behind the tier 1 tower all collapsed. He tried to blink back into his tower to get out of range. But Tundra, at this point, they don't care about tower. They already know they won the team fight. They'll just run you down wherever you go.
That was a pretty wild move from Spirit, because you have Axe with this blink dagger with the Vanguard. That in itself is not going to kill a hero. You need that extra bit of damage. And when you look at their heroes, like, there isn't innate burst right now coming from their lineup. It's the enabling ability. This is what the draft's about. It's keeping the frontline hero alive in the fight. And they go for a pick off, find the Void Spirit, and it doesn't really go too well. So yeah, Spirit just they keep playing like they are in game 1, but the heroes are slightly different. I feel like they're kind of clawing their way back into the game through attempting to find a pick off, and 9 is always in the right position just to like tank it up. Like, see here, like, he's poking top, once again just escapes. The elusiveness is really, you know, hindering Spirit. Yeah, as we see the highlight
We're going to
here,
watch that one again. They could have actually chained it, right, with the Torrent, Shackle Shot, and Boat, but they were kind of all stacked up together, and as a result, a Yule Scepter means that he kills both the supports in the back line as a result of this, right?
And, like, the best thing there is, like, you might highlight the fact that Fata using the Rolling Thunder, cutting off both supports, but it's 9. He has the heads-up play to throw out that Remnant as he's getting gone on, so it prevents that next hero to walk up into the high ground area. Because if there wasn't a Remnant there, CM probably gets the Frostbite off and continues to kill onto him to layer into that. So yeah, a really heads-up play from 9, and then just the general positioning of Tundra, being able to collapse into that fight and just make sure they prevent Spirit from taking this 4-on whatever engagement.
There's smoking.
Oh, the dragon's back.
Into the triangle, but the dragon is already up for 33. So even if they were successful in getting this kill, which they're going to run into 9 instead, they're going to try and go for the chain, but the Yule Scepter goes off the right time. They're going to go for the Torrent Boat. That misses. It lands on a Snaking, but 9 is in and is going to get the kill onto Miposhka. Now Yotaro is going to be just facing the problems that Pango provides, as she's just kind of slowing down the Medusa. He's got to pop the Manta to get rid of the slow and hope that he can actually hide away here before Skeeter catches up to him. Tundra winning that fight right next to the Roshan pit with God Strength. Yeah, it's time to do Rosh.
I'm honestly a little bit shocked that Spirit continues to try and make aggressive plays. Like, after that previous engagement, I think most people have identified killing the Void Spirit is not impossible, but it takes so many clutch plays of, like, layering spells that it's like, it's too difficult. Like, the time spent is just not worth the gold that you're trading from not hitting neutrals. And then they go for it again, and this time outside Roshan. It's like already an 8k
And
lead.
not only are they going to get the Roshan, they're going to get the pick off on Mira, as Snaking was just kind of looking around, seeing what he could find. And thanks to that kill, he's very close to Blink Dagger now.
And, like, the way in which Tundra's playing such a high pace and Spirit continues to run at them, they're not able to get any D-wards. Like, you see Miposhka trying to enter the jungle now, but he's running into this double Radiant ward setup, where it's like, you poke your head into this area, you're dead. He might get... it just gets denied as well. Like,
yeah.
and this is the consequence of, like, when you're playing a game where you need to try and survive for 20 minutes, if you're proactive and get kills, you accelerate that timing, and the game's really fun, because, like, you've already got to that timing quicker because you generated that farm. But when you, like, fail at those moves and you lose the vision game and then you get ran at, it feels terrible. So now Spirit, they're facing the consequences of their own aggression.
That's going to be dead Yotaro. They're going to hope to be able to kill at least Snaking, and maybe Collapse can use that movement speed to get out of here, but not the case. Too many disables. Fata leading the charge there, was just kind of hampering the Medusa for so long. This is why they talked about in the drafting panel, Pango is quite good against Medusa because of the lucky shot, because of the constant disables you're able to provide, the persistence in which you can just kind of play around her and keep her annoyed. And Fata did that, set that up for a full Tundra rotation. Another great fight for them, and Team Spirit falling further and further behind. Now 9,000 net worth down at 18 minutes. This is a much harsher game than the first one, Tico.
Yeah, and then you see on the minimap right now, 33, he just drew a very dominant, like, do not let them out of their base. We own the entire jungle, Radiant and Dire, because this is rough. And I like from Fata, his itemization on Pango, he likes to go for the Solar Crest and the Lotus. You know, it's like this idea that he rolls around the fight and he just throws stuff to his eyes, like, oh, sorry, beep, beep, driving through. As they, beep, beep, drive into Miposhka and kill him. Slowly.
Once again, they're making moves on both sides of the map. This is how far ahead they are, and they know it. They're playing with full confidence. They're getting the kill on top while also fighting bottom tier 2.
Sorry, Cap, he died to a Yules.
Yeah,
That's pretty hard.
That's the
That's a
swaggy
mean
death.
feat, but yeah, that's an
Yeah.
impact player if I've ever seen one before. Thanks. Good duels. The Kai actually helped there for sure.
It just seems like Skeeter and 33 even just says a 3-man in the bottom lane. They're able to kind of do whatever they want. After all, they've got Aegis on Skeeter. He's got Echo Saber, S and Y, and he's may just find a kill on Amira. They know he's somewhere around here, but it looks like they just kind of pass by, ships in the night and all.
Oh, here it is.
They're going to show you the
Oh,
Yules.
yeah. You know, I just baited him by using the phrase, you know. You know it's going to work that way. Look at this. He's on, wait for it. One right click, fit 22 HP when he goes up, and bam! There it is. Professional
And that
Yules
wasn't
kill.
that cool. No.
Oh,
That
back
wasn't
again.
that cool.
Oh, slow-mo this
No.
time. Oh, beautiful.
No, stop this. Stop this impact play. I don't want to see any more of it. Mira, he died. The reason I don't want to see any more of it, it wasn't that cool, T-Gov. You want to know why?
It was a Yules kill.
It was not cool at all. What would have been cool is if 9 Yulesed him and walked away.
Oh, that is
would have
so.
been
Oh
cool.
my! I'm so sorry.
That
9
was the
did
play.
not have.
But because 9 didn't
Yeah,
do that,
oh, that's
it
so
wasn't.
true.
It wasn't a swagger play.
So
It
9 didn't
wasn't a
even know he
swagger
was going to
play.
kill him. Oh wait.
Yeah.
So
And
no.
that's just,
I double.
if
I'm
you're
going to
truly
raise.
confident in your abilities as a Dota player,
That's
you
true.
walk away from that hero.
Or actually, more than that, he should have offered a high five. Oh wait, you can't. You died from the Yules.
No. Even better, you spray on the ground and then walk away.
Plant your flag, put the high five, you tip him, you spray. What else can Dota do nowadays? You all chat a question me. There's so many things you could have done, and he did none of them. All right, actually, terrible play. Sorry, 9.
Yeah, and unfortunately, there is not a whole lot of things that Team Spirit can do because they can't fight back right now. And I don't know what their timing really is. I mean, you could say Scotty for Medusa, but look at his network.
That's
He's nowhere
not coming,
close to
yeah.
Scotty. So unless we're just going to be taking a timeout for Team Spirit for the next, 8 minutes, they are just going to be losing fights left and right as they're going to be losing. Collapse first here. Oh! Maybe stays alive long enough. He doesn't actually give up the finger of death stack, so that's nice.
Yeah, and this is a product of how quick the game's going for Tundra. There is near zero vision. This ward we just saw Mirror place is the only ward that Spirit has to play off, which is not really going to be that helpful for them because it's so aggressive. At best, you might see the greediness of a Sven farming Ancients, which allows your Medusa to poke her head into her Ancients. But yeah, this for sure, it's going to be a massive uphill battle. I think Spirit, as soon as you have 9,
pissed.
he's lost his courier.
That was my essence ring, you ass.
But at least, okay, all right, fair play though. You lose an essence, but that should be a dead ward, right?
Yeah, should be. And a dead
Mate,
Wind
far-
Ranger, that's for
Ooh,
certain.
look at him. Little cheeky
Fada.
devil, pop cancelling the ult. Let's see, there we go.
Yeah.
And now there's no wards on the map.
And it's again, look at 33 and Skeeter.
They're just in their face.
They're showing 2 heroes in their triangle, nowhere close to this fight, and yet they're still taking the tier 2. That's how confident that they are that Team Spirit cannot fight them whatsoever. And they're probably right. We're going to pick up a Chrysalis for our Medusa because he's like, I need an item right now, and we have damage problems. They have severe damage problems.
But this is the perfect example of 2 lineups. So one is locked into just simply levels, where Sven, sure, you need some items, but Spirit, their entire lineup is built around having items within their heroes to play Dota. Having just simply levels, it doesn't do anything. That's a beautiful shard, though, to be fair. Prolongs his death by about 7 seconds.
Yeah, this is the problem that I have with the shard right now. It's a cool ability and all, but of course, because it's something new and shiny, is Fada's just going to roll on through. Probably get the kill on Maposhka as well before they get out. Maybe not. Call going off, but again, they don't have any damage, so it's not like anything's going to come of this. If anything, they're going to get caught trying to go back to their tier 3
they're
as
dying
Collapse gets
everywhere.
bursted down by the combined powers of 9 and Skeeter. Look at
Fada. Look at him. He's offering the high five.
He's just running. He's running with the Medusa, offering him a high five. Now the rest of his team is here. Gale Force, push him away. Save the Medusa. But ultimately, even if they save the Medusa, it doesn't change the outcome of this game. As you can see, an early GG. 23 minutes and 20 seconds. The GG comes out.